Hey guys, I'm Chef Tom with All Things Barbecue, and today we're making dessert, a cherry cheesecake cobbler on the Yoder Smokers YS640 pellet grill. So our cobbler is going to have three main components. That's the cake, the cheesecake, and then the cherry chutney. Let's take a look at the ingredients we'll need. We've got 1 box of yellow cake mix, a half cup of butter, which will be melted, 3 eggs, which will be divided amongst the cake and the cheesecake, 8 ounces of cream cheese, 2.5 cups of powdered sugar, 1 pound of frozen cherries, and 1/4 cup of House of Q's sugar and spice barbecue sauce. The first component that we're going to get to work on is the cherry chutney. And that's just because it's going to take a little while to cook these cherries down. We'll add our cherries to the pan, and then about 1/4 cup of sugar and spice barbecue sauce. Now this stuff has a really nice sweet heat to it, and you're almost not going to notice that it's barbecue sauce at all. We'll just give this a stir and kind of start smashing these cherries down. As the cherries release their juice and it reduces, the pectin in the cherries is going to thicken this into a nice cherry sauce. So while the cherries are cooking down, we're going to go ahead and start on the cheesecake portion. We'll place our cream cheese as well as our powdered sugar in the bowl of a stand mixer with the paddle attachment. We'll start this out nice and slow until it starts to incorporate, and then we'll whip it on a higher speed. So you can see that our cream cheese and powdered sugar are coming together. We'll ramp this up just a little bit more so it gets nice and light and fluffy. Meanwhile, we can crack our eggs and get ready to add those in as well. All right, before we add the eggs, let's just go ahead and give the bowl a scrape. We'll put this back on here, get it back up to speed, and begin adding our eggs. We want to add the eggs one at a time, and we'll just watch to see once all of that's incorporated, we can go ahead and add the next egg. All right, so once again, just to make sure that everything's really well incorporated, we're going to scrape everything down and let it mix just a little bit longer. All right, so everything's looking nicely incorporated, not seeing any lumps. So we'll just set that aside and begin to build our cake. All right, so we've continued to cook these cherries down, just smashing them to really let that pectin work. And we're getting to where we have a pretty nice sauce. I'm just gonna draw the spoon through here to see how it fills in behind it. And you can see that stuff's not really running everywhere, so that's probably a good consistency. Here we've going for about 10 minutes. I think that we can call this good. So we've got our handy dandy Lodge 12-inch cast iron skillet, which is well seasoned, but just for good measure, we're gonna hit it with a little pan spray. This is what we're going to be building our dessert in. But what we wanna put together here is the cake base. We've just got this yellow cake mix. Gonna add to that the half cup of melted butter, as well as 1 egg. Now we're just going to give this a good mix until it kind of comes together. This is what's going to provide our crumbly crust for our cobbler. So this isn't going to look like cake when we're done with it. We haven't added enough liquid for that. What we're looking for is sort of a crumbly cobbler characteristic. All right, so I'm just gonna work this, make sure it's right where we want it. And then we're gonna take about 2/3 of this, enough to cover the bottom of the skillet. And we just wanna press it into a thin layer to make our crust. All right, we got that nice and even. So on top of this, we're going to add our cheesecake now. We'll just sort of spread this around evenly. And this is runny enough that it'll kind of even itself out. And then on top of the cheesecake, we want to add our cherry chutney. And we're just going to move that around to try and make it so that all parts are getting a little bit of cherry. One last thing, we'll take the remaining cake that we mixed up and sprinkle that on top for our cobbler topping. And at this point, this is ready to go into the cooker. We've got our Yoder Smokers YS640 pellet grill preheated to 350 degrees. We're going to bake this on the second shelf for probably about 45 minutes until the center is just a little bit jiggly. All right, so here we are about 45 minutes into this cook. You can see we're getting some brown on top of this cake here. And that center is still jiggling just a little bit. And that's exactly where we want it to be. So at this point, we can remove it from the cooker, take it inside and let it cool down a little bit. And then we're gonna throw it in the fridge, probably for a couple hours before we can slice into it. So this is the really hard part, the wait. All right, our cobbler is firmed up and chilled down for about 2 hours now, so we're ready to slice. We're going to get about 12 slices out of this skillet. So our cobbler's got a lot of really great textures in it. We've got that crumble on top for a little bit of chew and a little bit of bite, the really soft cheesecake and the cherry filling, and then that nice crunch on the bottom, almost like a cookie from that cake mix. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please click the subscribe button. And if you have any questions or comments or there's anything you'd like to see me cook, please let me know in the comment section down below. For more recipes, tips, and techniques, head over to thesauce.atbbq.com. All things barbecue, where barbecue legends are made.